G'day folks, quick public service announcement. I just saw this morning that Slitherine and Matrix Games have just started their holiday sale. It runs for 46 days, so there's a lot of time to take advantage of this, but it's 90% up to 90% off a lot of their games. And I've just been browsing through some of the discounts, and I've already made my purchases. I'll show you what I bought, but you can go to either of these games websites, slitherine.com, matrixgames.com. Slitherine acquired Matrix Games in 2010, so they basically have the same catalogue, but slightly different websites, slightly different. But I think, for the most part, the same game catalogue. Matrix has a summary, so Matrix tends to focus more on war games, or has in the past. They've got a summary here, but I find the Slitherine catalogue easier to browse. So what I've done here is you can sort these games by biggest discount. You can see a lot of these are 90% off. So Hornet Leader, I think this is I just looked at this a moment ago, the Dan Viersen Games Hornet Leader title. It's 90% off for $6. It's a bit of an old one, 2007, but yeah, that's there available. Legion Gold's an old classic game. Larry Bond's Harpoon Ultimate Edition. I used to play Harpoon, wow, decades ago. Yeah, so that's heavily discounted. Let's go over the page here. Steel Panthers World at War Classic. Gary Griffiths Eagle Bombing the Reich. 80% off. That is from 2009. Carries at War Brother Against Brother. I haven't bought this, but I have been looking at it for $14, reduced from 73. This is Australian dollars, so US dollars take another third of the price off, so this will be about $8-9 US dollars. This looks pretty interesting. I don't know anything about this. Only released a couple of years ago, but I might look into that in a little bit more detail. I haven't bought it yet, but wow, $14 is pretty cheap. Over the page, World in Flames. This is what I bought. $147. I've had this kind of on my radar since it first came out, but it's just been so expensive. And my rationale has been, well, I can buy the actual board game for this much money. Why would I ever buy the PC game for the same price? So I've never bought it. But Stephen Dolges has been doing some live playthroughs. Check out his channel, Stephen Dolges, and it's $30 right now. And I bought it. It's already downloaded and on my computer. So I will be, wow, dipping my toes into World of Flames at some stage. Whew, that's gonna be big. So yeah, this has already been downloaded. Target on the Hunt is, for those who aren't familiar with this, it's like ASL. It's probably the closest we have to a digital version of ASL, and there are some mods for this where you can change the unit art. Let me see if anyone's actually uploaded images of the mods. We can change the unit art so that they look exactly like ASL counters. A lot of negative comments about I haven't played this. Another factor here has been the price. It's been very expensive, $70. I haven't bought it, but now it's down to $14. But this is basically going to be like learning ASL. The rules are very similar to ASL. Gameplay is, of course, tactical, Second World War. There are two expansions, Normandy and Curse. They're also discounted, not a great deal, but the base game, 81% off. It's tempting. It's staring me in the face. I probably won't get it, but yeah. War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition, 80% off, 117, down to $23. It's about 12 years old. Not one for me, but yeah, a lot of detail there if that's of interest. Then we go into Battle Academy. This is it looks like a fun little light Battle Academy. If you haven't played Battle Academy, it's a light tactical game. Very well developed. Only $2. That's a must-have. If you've never played Battle Academy, look, this would be like $1.50 US, 90% off. I think you've got to get that. some Warhammer 40k stuff. Afghanistan 11, which is based on the Vietnam 65 title. It's again for $9 Australian, $6 US, a great game. I got a playthrough on the channel of Vietnam 65 or 68. Look, Panzer Corps, I don't know anything about. That's a new release, Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. Sci-fi ship skirmish type of game. I don't know anything about that. Battles in Normandy is one of these classics. It's very old, 15 years old. Empires in Arms. I'll show you that as well. These are both heavily discounted, from $60. They're often discounted though, fair to say. So there's probably no rush to get either of those. Here's Battles in Normandy. This is an old Matrix Games operational level engine. And Empires in Arms, which again I haven't looked at too closely, about 15 years old. Heading down to the 75% off, Close Combat Cross of Iron. Bought this when it first came out. Battles in Italy. Yeah, this is a good price for a close combat game, $15. The images don't do it justice. It looks a lot better than that. I know it's dated, but gameplay is still, close combat hasn't changed in 25 years. Yeah, I agree with Kyle. Kyle's saying that their pricing is insane, and I agree. I tend to buy Matrix games and Slitherine games during these discounts. Look, you've got Mark Walker's Lock and Load, Heroes of Stalingrad, $14. Kharkov, I think I've played this one. Yeah, same system. Across the Dnieper is the other. Yeah, it is Across the Dnieper, second edition. This is a brilliant game. $15 again, well worth it. This will be again $10 US. Take basically a third off the price for US if you're in the USA. But these are kind of old games. 2008. Across the Dnieper is roughly the same age. 2010. But these are brilliant games. Wonderful, operational. Again, the images here that they're showing don't quite give it justice. That's a bit better, a bit closer to what it looks like. But if you like sort of that operational level wargaming, these titles, Across the Dnieper, Kharkov, Battles for Normandy, they're really, really user-friendly, engaging games. Close Combat Mockton Ryan. I don't know if I have played this one. This is one of the more recent ones. It's not that recent, 2012. Actually, I think I do have this one. Just wasn't that impressed. Look, I've long been a huge fan of the Close Combat series, but after a while they all begin to feel the same, and they all became very expensive. So I'm pretty sure I've got this one, but haven't played it that much. My favourite was always Close Combat 2. So we're heading down around a 75% discount. World War II General Commander. There's Decisive Canes. I mentioned this the other day, $15. That's look, there's The Longest Day, another Close Combat title. I'll highlight some of these. General Commander, that's not the title I was thinking of. I don't know much about that, sorry. Another Close Combat title, Last Stand Arnhem. This is where they tried, I believe, to focus in on Operation Market Garden again, but using a different sort of strategic kind of command system, and I just don't know if it worked. I didn't buy this one, I don't think. War in the East 2. Yeah, I've got War in the East and War in the West, and I couldn't justify buying War in the East 2. Look, so it'll appear somewhere. Having spent a lot of money on War in the East and War in the West, it's $60. It's half price, but the originals are good enough. So there are apparently a lot of upgrades in War of the East 2. I never bought it though, because Gary Grigsby's War in the East, the original, is such a massive game with immense gameplay that I've kind of got Gary's East Front game. I never felt the need to upgrade to the second title. They're both worth their money. If I didn't have the first one, I would probably go for the second one because it's the most updated version, and $60 Australian is a very good price for what is a very big game. $35 for the base game. It's often discounted as well. It's on sale all the time, so you don't feel you need to rush out to buy this. And there's also War in the West as well, which I have, but really haven't played as much as I have played War in the East. Just has campaigns, case blue. These are old games using the AGOD engine. Anyone not familiar with the AGOD engine? You recognize? Oops, that's my East Front series. Okay. So this is Pride of Russia, and this is what the AGOD series looks like. You've got these little tokens. That's probably not the best illustration of it. Neither is this. Here we go. You got these little armies shown by their leader symbol, and you basically click these armies and move them around. It's a very deep and very, I think, accurate kind of representation of these conflicts. It works better. So the American Civil War, AGOD's American Civil War. Yeah, sorry about that, Kyle. Is it working again now? Yeah, it gives it's kind of really focuses your attention on these armies, but and I haven't played this for a long time, but the system it takes a long time to learn. But Rise of Prussia Gold, Pride of Nations, American Civil War 2, which will probably appear on the next page somewhere. Here we go, Civil War 2. That's an amazing price for this game. I think $60 is a good price, but $15. This is a very deep game. It's a very heavy, complex game, but if you were to buy any of the AGOD titles, I would get this. Civil War 2, $15. More close combat, more Battle Academy. I don't think I have Battle Academy 2, so I can't comment on that. To End All Wars uses, I think, the AGOD system with the First World War. Pike and Shot. Pike and Shot uses the same system as in Sengoku Jidai. It is kind of a tactical battle-focused game, so there are campaigns, but basically you'll be looking at something like this for most of the time, and you move your units one at a time to engage in those battles. For $15, that's a great price, but again, this is very often on sale. I don't think this is sold very well because it's always discounted. It's relatively recent, and if you like this, you might like Sengoku Jidai as well, which is sort of the other main title in the series. Scourge of War Quatre Bras, $7 is a must-have. The Scourge of War series is a real-time battle game. While that loads up, I'll go through. I'm not a fan of the Order of... I like the Order of Battle series. I hate that they sell it in little bits and pieces for $7 each. I'd rather just buy a game. I would happily spend $60 on the Order of Battle series. I hate that they sell it as this kind of little expansions. Scourge of War Linny, $7. Scourge of War Wavra, more close combat. Look at this, we're up to 14 pages and we're still only at 76% off. Commander of the Great War, not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of another game. More close combat. So this is what I'm talking about. They just kind of, for the longest day, we're seeing the same titles repeated now. Alright, so there I've kind of reached the end of what their pages will go to. What happens if I go to page 16? Yeah, there's more here. There's no kind of next page. Now you can also browse these games on the Matrix game page as well. So if you want something particular, if you're looking for a new game, new releases, whatever, I just find the Slitherine webpage a little bit easier to sort and browse. So yeah, I don't know if you can sort these games by sort of size of the discount. But look, the whole point here was just to highlight some of these discounts. Biggest discount, let's see, biggest price, see what we can find. Free, that's great. Latest releases, see what the discounts are on the latest releases. But this goes for 45 days, so there's no rush for these things. Steel Pants is very old. Yeah, new releases typically aren't discounted. Fields of Glory, War Plan, they're decently discounted. Fantasy General, an old classic. So yeah, folks, look, I just thought I'd quickly jump on and show some of these because I was amazed at that 80% discount on Lord in Flames. See this, $30 for the bloody first. I'm not buying that because, again, whilst I really like Close Combat, I don't feel there's much to distinguish this from the other titles in the series. Strategic Command. So the Strategic Command games are somewhat similar to the Panzer General, Fantasy General genre of games. Hex-based combat. You can use sort of icons like that, or the NATO symbols like that, as I do. It's really good. It's gives a, you know, but on this broader strategic scale. There's also Strategic Command, the First World War. I wonder if it's part of this bundle. World War One, yeah, which is another great. It's a really good strategic level First World War simulation. So if you're looking for a First World, like a game that models the First World War, I think this does it really well. All theatres of war, $23, 60% off. So yeah, pretty good price for that at the moment. It's a really good light. It's a lightweight series. It's not a heavy. So you're playing kind of a relatively light game, but on that broad strategic scale. Anything else standing out? These are all 60, 70% off. Wars of Succession, I think. I don't have this. There's another AG-odd game you can see there. So these are your armies, and you build your arms up with these forces. So you put little regiments, battalions into your armies, and you'll move your armies around. Supply lines are important, roads, control, all that kind of thing. The Operation Isle of War, a lot of people praise this. I haven't bought it yet. No particular reason why. I think it was just pretty expensive. It started to come down to the discounts. Mare Nostrum is a great cheap game. I've got a playthrough of this. Ancient Naval Warfare for $9. It's a kind of beer and pretzels like game, very chaotic, because you have no idea. Gettysburg, The Tide Turns, is based on Eric Lee Smith's Battle Hymn. It is basically the PC version of Battle Hymn. So if you've seen my playthroughs of Battle Hymn, which I think is a brilliant Gettysburg game, again, more game than simulation, this is the PC implementation of that game, which was originally Across 5 Aprils. So if you like Across 5 Aprils, if you like Battle Hymn, well, this is exactly Battle Hymn. There's nothing really different here apart from the fact that it's got an AI and it plays through very quickly. And it's only $7. It's very cheap. So look, that's probably another must-have just for a quick Gettysburg game. I'm trying to find this this Vietnam title. Vietnam 65 or Vietnam 68. I can't remember the exact. Here's Sengoku Jidai. This is the one I mentioned. This is an expansion for it. Again, it comes with a lot of DLCs. Good, quick gameplay. I can't find the original game, but it's there somewhere. The Fields of Glory series is very popular. It's not discounted for some reason. Again, all these Order of Battle titles. Collector's edition for Sengoku is $33. That's a decent price for all those expansions. There's War in the West, Operation Torch. Decisive campaigns, that's been discounted for a while. 30 Years War. This is the Russian Civil War version of the Agiod system. It's often also discounted as well, so $9 is a very good price for that, 75% off. And yeah, again, it uses that Agiod system. But this is so chaotic. I wouldn't recommend starting with this one. I'd recommend starting with Civil War, because this requires, because there's conflict all over the place. You really need to have a good handle on the system. There's Vietnam 65, $3. Wow, grab that. That'd be like $2 US, and this is it's a light game. Check out I did a playthrough of this on the channel. It's kind of like a little logical puzzle. You move your forces around. Kind of tactical. It's a bit of a weird scale, but Frontline Deep, The Longest Day, $2. I got that. It's another very light game. Flashpoint Campaigns, Red Storm, very popular. Frontline, these are very light, but quite fun games. Civil War 2. This is an expansion for Civil War. It's not the base game. And Conflict of Heroes, $14. I do have that. It's a very faithful recreation of the board game. More Battle Company, Scourge of War, Brandy Station. So this is a Civil War implementation of Scourge of War. I don't have these. I have the Waterloo ones. And probably covering familiar ground here. So there's so many very good games, very heavily discounted. So as I said, I'm using the Slitherine page. The sale goes for 46 days or so. So if you a lot of those board games ported over to PC games. I've been playing the Decisive Campaign. It's not discounted at all because it's a brand new release, but the other titles in the Decisive Campaign series are. Folks, check it out. And